Good morning. Today's poet is Robert Browning. Born 1812, died 1889. Robert Browning was born in a suburb of London. He attended London University, but received most of his education by voraciously reading voraciously in his father's electric library. Eclectic, not electric. It wouldn't have been electric. The electric libraries came later. Um, Eclectic library. In 1886, he eloped with the poet Elizabeth Barrett, and he lived with her in Italy until her death in 1861. She was Elizabeth Barrett Browning, another poet in this very book. Um, his early work, which include drama and poetry, was poorly received by the public, but brought him the respect of influential literary figures such as John Foster, Thomas Carlyle, Charles Dickens, and Alfred Lloyd Tennyson. With the publication of Dramatis Personae in 1864, followed by the popular The Ring and the Book, which appeared in monthly installments between November 1868 and February 1869, Browning's reputation grew prodigious. His collected poems were published in 16 volumes between April 1888 and July 1889. After his death in Italy, his body was brought back to London for a funeral in Westminster Abbey and buried at, in its Poets' Corner. I didn't know about the Poets' Corner. That's not where I want to be buried, although I am a poet. But it sounds interesting to look into whatever it is. Maybe I will in a minute. So, I am going to read a few poems by Robert Browning. He wrote some longer poems, but I found two short ones and a medium one. I prefer short poems, personally, writing and reading. They're more concise. Home. Thoughts from abroad. Oh, to be in England, now that April's there, and whoever wakes in England sees some morning unaware that the lowest boughs and the brushwood sheaf round the elm tree bole are in tiny leaf, while the chaffinch sings on the orchard boughs in England now. And after April, when May follows, and the whitethroat builds, and all the swallows, hark, where my blossomed pear tree in the hedge leans to the fields and scatters on the clover blossoms and dewdrops at the bent spray's edge. That's the wise thrush. He sings each song twice over, lest you should think he never could recapture the first fine careless rapture. And though the fields look rough and hoary dew, all will be gay when noontide wakes anew. The buttercups, the little children's dower, far brighter than this gaudy melon flower, Robert Browning in that poem was doing some beautiful work, and I love his rhymes. I love the fact that he mentioned birds that I know, and I love birds. So the wood thrush is something that I have heard it called too. He mentioned its call, and so these things speak to me. Memorabilia. Ah, did you once see Shelley's plane? And did he stop and speak to you? And did you speak to him again? How strange it seems and new, but you were living before that, and also you are living after. And the memory I started, my starting moves your laughter. If I crossed a moor with a name of its own, and a certain use in the world, no doubt. Yet a hand breath of its shines alone, mid the blank miles round about. For there I picked up on the heather, and there I put aside inside my breast a molted feather of an eagle feather. Well, I forgot the rest. I like that last line a lot. The last line can be a very important part of a poem. If you're somebody who's writing poems and you wondered about last lines, they're a whole thing. And I love that he also was talking about bird feathers again. What other kinds of feathers are there? Okay, here is two in the Campagna. Um, and it has a footnote there. It says the grassy rolling countryside around Rome. That's what the Campagna what is. I wonder, do you feel today as I have felt since hand in hand I sat down on the grass to stray in spirit better through the land this morning of Rome and May? For me, I touched a thought I know has tantalized me many times, like turns of thread the spiders throw, mocking across our path for rhymes to catch at and let go. Help me to hold it, first it left, and the yellowing fennel run to seed, there branching from the brickwork's cleft. Some old tomb ruin, yonder weed took up the floating weft. Where one small orange cup amassed, 5 beetles blind and green they grope among the honey meal and last. Everywhere on the grassy slope I traced it, hold it fast, the champaign with its endless fleece of feathery grasses everywhere, silence and passion, joy and peace, and everlasting wash of air, Rome's ghost since her decease. Such life here, through such length of hours, such miracles perform in play, such primal naked form of flowers, such letting nature have her way, such while heaven looks from its towers. How, you say? Let us, O my dove, let us be unashamed of soul, as earth lies bare to heaven above. How is it under our control to love or not to love? I would that you were all to me, you that are just so much, no more, nor yours, nor mine, nor slave, nor free. Where does the fault lie? What the core? Oh, the wound, since wound must be. I could adopt your will, see with your eyes, and set my heart beating by yours, and drink my fill at your soul's springs. Your part, my part, in life for good and ill. No, I yearn upward, touch you close, then stand away. I kiss your cheek, catch your soul's warmth. I pluck the rose and love it more than tongue can speak. And the good minute goes. Already, how am I so far? Out of that minute must I go, still like the thistle ball, no bar, onward whenever light winds blow, fixed by no friendly star. Just when I seemed about to learn, where is the thread now? Off again. The old trick I only discern, infinite passion and the pain of finite hearts that yearn. That poem showed to me a mastery of poetry that I have hardly ever read. I love that poem. It was so beautiful. I'm going to close up this by saying that I put out a poem every day and there's a playlist. So I hope that you look at it every day, a new poet, a new old poet to appreciate, and think about writing poetry yourself. Have a good day and see you tomorrow.